Hey guys, I'm Francisco, and this is my YouTube channel, Before I Forget, and today I'm actually going to talk to you guys about more of a serious topic than I have in the past, and that is self-care. But before I get to that, I have to share with you who is accompanying me along the way, or who has been along the way with me a couple bowls already, and that is Agent Orange. So before I share a little bit more tidbits about this wonderful strain, let me just tell you where I'm getting them from. I love growingmarijuana.com. Check them out. They are a really cool, informative website. So that being said, back to Agent Orange. It is a 75-25 sativa hybrid. Happy, euphoric, uplifting, creative are going to be more of the ways you can sort of identify with the high, which I would completely agree with. It's going to be more of a citrus, orangey, cheesy kind of aroma. I would say more, I can definitely smell the citrus in the orange. Not so much the cheesy, but citrus, sweet, spicy orange, and herbal would be ways to sort of describe it. I would agree with that as well. Then pain, stress, depression, lack of appetite, and fatigue would be more medicinal aspects of the benefits of this strain. Definitely on the energizing part. So yes, and so that being said, it makes for a good packaged wake and bake kind of strain. So now, who are the wonderful parental lineage of this great bud? May you ask, right? It is Jack the Ripper and Orange Velvet. So now, before we get to those two, I'm just going to take another one of the last remaining hits on this bowl. But don't worry, I always got some backup left. And yeah. So before I say that, guys, what are you guys smoking? Like, what is it? Like, what kind of flower, what kind of dabs, what are you bringing to the table this fine day to sort of enjoy along with this? If you are enjoying the wonderful world of weed at this moment, I want to know. So just shoot me a message or a comment or hit me up on Instagram, Shaggy Adventure. Like whatever you guys want to do. I want to know. I want to make this an interactive experience. So yeah, like I said, today's Agent Orange. What's on your plate? All right, one hit. There we go. Yay. Actually got another hit left in there. Okay. So now, let me get Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is across to Jack's Cleaner and Space Queen. It also is a sativa dominant hybrid. Uplifting, energizing, creative, and euphoric. Notice the pattern there? That's also to describe the high of the strain. Citrus, sour, lemon, and pungent aroma would be more of the scent of it all. And I would definitely agree with the citrus and the lemon, that pungent. The Jack the Ripper is just a great strain overall. It's just like almost, again, like it's just like you just take an espresso shot to your head. You get that motivation, you just get your day going. Sweet, citrus, pine, lemon, earthy, and tangy would be describing the taste. Yes, yeah, I'd say tangy and citrusy definitely. So, but like, most importantly, again, going back to that whole like, just like, if you just need that motivation, this is that kind of strain that you need, that you just need to try out, right? Now, for Orange Velvet, the wonderful co-parent of this wonderful combination, I had to go to another website called cannabisnow.com to find out more about this little strain. And just to come to find out, it is a Pacific Northwest strain that has origins unknown. So there's a little bit of a mystery for you. It originally was known as Melvin, and it is the aroma of this one is more going to be on the vanilla, tangerine, creamy orange sherbet, kind of a sour end of the scent flavors there. The taste of it, though, is going to be a little bit a mix of a cotton candy, mango, sherbet, and again, going back to that vanilla ice cream kind of taste. I haven't had the pleasure of having this kind of strain yet, but it does sound like it'd be a very smooth high, which is it's sort of been defined as. It's a good daytime kind of strain. Keep your shit together while still having the motivation, just get your things done. You combine both these guys again, and you get Agent Orange, and it's just I can definitely say that it's helped with I can definitely feel the impact of that strain, especially I've been a couple bowls in. So, that being said, y'all, let's get to the topic at hand, y'all. And let's just take one more hit, though. All right, so we're getting to the bottom of the barrel of that one, but if I really want to be picky, I'd have one more in there. Nah, maybe I'll do it. Anyways, all right. To self-care. The reasons why I want to sort of talk about this issue this week is just because in the beginning of this project, I remember I was saying I want to share with you guys what's going on with me. It's like, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And yes, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with my life, but that doesn't mean I don't have my struggles. And I don't want to paint myself as, or this whole thing is like being like, oh, well, let's just make this all cheery. It's like, let's make this. I want to make this a positive experience. I think there's a difference between being positive and being like this cheery, And so yeah. That being said, I want to share these experiences with you guys as well to sort of just maybe be able to offer my own insights into like, these are my struggles. This is what I've done. Maybe this might help somebody else out who's gone through something similar or who is going through something similar. I don't claim, first and foremost, I do not claim to be involved in the mental health industry or know that much knowledge. I can only just share with you what I've gone through, my own experience, what I've researched, what I've been told through my own therapists, and just my own exploration through my battles of mental health. And so yeah, in hopes that this will help somebody else. So that being said, if you guys have anything to offer, some tips, or you guys have gone through similar experiences, and it's just like, hey, this has really helped me out, please don't hesitate to share. I would love to hear your comments, your tips, and your experiences. That's why I'm sort of sharing mine as well. This is an act of humanity. Like, we are all human. We are all imperfect. We all have our own struggles, no matter how good our lives are or where we are in our lives. We all have our own struggles. And so this is one that I sort of struggle with on the daily, which, when left unchecked, leads to burnout, y'all. And so that is what I've sort of been struggling again with the last week or so. Sort of just recovering from this burnout of not taking care of myself. So before I tell you how that sort of happened, how I noticed that, let me just say one last thing. Watching out for yourself, caring for yourself is not a selfish act. Yes, there's a difference between self-centered, just thinking about yourself only, and then caring about yourself, to make sure you're in a good place to be able to treat other people in that same kind of energy. Being self-centered like that, yes, that's a bad thing. Thinking about yourself in the way of just like being able to just like grow and to become a better person, that's not a bad thing. I spent most of my life thinking it was, and so it's only been the last couple, maybe a handful of years that I've learned it's not. And it's like, it's fine to work on yourself and admit that you need to work on yourself, or gotta retune something here, something fell out of calibration. That's fine. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you've gone through this, you're not alone, because look, I'm going through it as well, right? One of many times. So yeah. That being said, how did I know that I was burning out, you guys? It was, I had a lack of motivation, lack of energy, and lack of appetite. And if you know me, I love to eat. So for me to have my appetite affected, I'm like, ding, 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 ding. There's something wrong there. So I knew I was burning out, but what kind of burnout was I having? So to figure that out, I sort of dove a little deeper, and I found this interesting this blog that's www.blog.rescuetime.com. I'd really recommend to check them out. They're really interesting entries there. They broke down burnout to 3 categories. 1, individual, basically like setting high expectations for ourselves. Like expectations that are just unreasonable or something like that. Like living up to that kind of standard. That can do it to ourselves. 2, interpersonal. So basically relationships with others, friendships, acquaintances, all that stuff. Are people taking too much energy from you? Are you offering too much? Are you not creating boundaries? Blah, blah, blah. All those things. That's 2. 3 would be organizational, like work. How's your work setting? Do you get along with your coworkers? Are you happy at your workplace? Are you good with your management? All those things. That is the 3rd kind of burnout. For me, it's like I found myself being a mix of all 3 of them, to be quite honest. But most importantly, I think for me, it fell on the individual aspect of it all. And once I realized that that's sort of where most of my burning out was coming from, where my lack of self-care was come into place, I started to identify what it was, and it was my anxiety of always being productive. This is a daily battle that I've had basically all my life. There's a saying in Spanish that's basically ingrained in me that goes, no es para mañana lo que se puede hacer hoy. And it's just basically saying, don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. That imbalance makes complete sense. it's for most of my life has been out of balance. It's always been like the need of being productive, and so it's just living out here, moving out to Oregon, living the way I've been living has sort of been able to sort of help me recalibrate and live my inner Baloo, I guess, because Baloo is totally my spirit animal. So I've been able to do that, but when not in check, when I'm not caring enough about myself to realize, oh my God, I got to reorganize some things, or my anxiety of being productive is going to get the best of me, bam, this happens, and I burn out. But all is not bad, because now by identifying where my lack of care was going into all this, I was able to just finally come up with solutions. And what kind of solutions sort of came to mind? As simple as it is, first and foremost, I admitted I was burning out. There's nothing wrong, you guys, with saying that you are burning out. There's nothing wrong with that. Most of the time we don't even realize we're doing it. You know what I mean? And it's like, just the most important thing is just being able to just look at it and just be like, okay, admit it to yourself, and then you just rip the Band-Aid off. You're like, I'm burned out, or I'm burning out. What can I do to stop this and change this? Bam! You do that, and that's already step one. You can breathe a little bit. Step two, after admitting that to myself, was I reclaimed my space. I reclaimed my time. I created boundaries. And not so much for people in my life, more so for myself. You know what I mean? Like in my own mind. Like I was like, okay, if I need to address this anxiety, you're out of control right now, but I need to put you in this little cage here to just like you're here, you're present, I acknowledge you, but you need to go here for right now. And then like everything else, and I can just categorize and just get everything else sort of prioritized in my life, sort of just be able to just like better the situation. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't create boundaries within myself, within my own anxieties, which was basically acknowledging the presence of this productivity, this nagging sense of not being productive enough and not achieving enough, putting that front and center, but in its own little cage where it couldn't like do more damage. And then I could sort of reorganize the rest of my life a little bit, my thoughts. What else did I do? By reorganizing, it helped me address other issues. It helped me address the issues that I needed to do. And I already just told you guys what that was. But yeah, it's like, it just helped me address my issues and just being like, okay, well, now I know what's causing these issues. What can I do to fix them? And, for example, one for me, and one real simple solution to sort of help keep my productivity at bay, that anxiety at bay, is to create a post-it list of like 3-4 items I want to get done throughout the day. I can get as many things done as I want, as long as I get those few items taken care of. I'm good. Like that it's enough to sort of make me feel like I did something, but also enough to be like, I've done enough, And so I used to do that. I stopped doing it, and look, it just sort of just crept back up. So this is something that I need to implement again. But that simple idea has already put some things at ease for me. What are other things I did? It's like, that's honestly just reorganizing that with the Post-it notes, being able to just like visualize it all, like making an action plan. That sort of that brought me back to center. Also, rest. I realized that, to sort of feel recharged, you got to allow yourself to recharge. And so I started to rest up a little bit more. I gave myself permission to rest. And then, last but not least, it's I try to get away. If I can't get away, let's say weather permitting or something, to like the beach or something like that, then I try to do whatever I can, sort of just get away. I'll go for a drive or something to sort of just like help reset my mind a little bit. But all that combined sort of just helps bring me back to center. And yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else, you know what I mean? Just like anything else. This is, it's just constant maintenance. And I know I'm not alone in this. I know that other people have gone through burnouts. I've gone through several burnouts in my life. So this is just one, again, that's just sort of peeped its head back up. And now, but by being able to address it, being able to not only address it, come up with solutions, and then most importantly, being kind to myself and allowing myself to be like, okay, you know what? You can relax. You can breathe and just be like, okay, you've done enough. Like, it's like, just keep chilling out. It's like, that's usually been my mantra. Like, just, easy going, because it's just, yeah, that's usually been it, because I've been able to keep things in check. And but again, we all have our struggles, and this is one of mine. Like, as long as I try my hardest to sort of just keep my my sort of energy nice and zenny, because it's just that's gotten me through life, and that has gotten me through a lot. But it takes work, just like anything else. You know what I mean? And it's got its own battles, and this is one of them. I just sort of didn't keep myself in check, and so now I'm just I recalibrated and sort of just paid attention to myself, and yeah. That's sort of been that's been my week. That's sort of been the focus of my week. Sort of just like dig myself out of that little moment of just, I don't know, of lostness, and here I am, here I am. I'm, post darkness. I'm walking back into the light, like almost like being like the Phoenix. We all go through our little darkness, our phases of exhaustion or darkness, or however it is that whatever it is that comes upon us, right? So I know I'm not alone. I know that you're not alone if you're going through issues like this, or if you've gone through issues like this. But also, if you've gone through things, or this has impacted you in some form, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear your tips. I'd love to hear, hey, you went through these struggles, it's like, this is what you did, somebody else can benefit from that. And that's the whole point of this, again, the whole idea of humanity, and just us sharing the good and the bad, celebrating the good, and talking about the bad, and just like talking about our struggles, but like just celebrating each other, and it's like, and yeah, guys, if there's one thing I hope that you guys pull from this, is be kind to yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. That's a lesson I learned late in life, but I've done my best to sort of keep doing it. It was just being kind to yourselves, and yeah. Yeah, just be kind to yourself, and and know that you're not alone in any of your struggles. There are people who have not gone through the same, have maybe gone through similar, or there are those out there who can offer you help, whatever it is. You're not alone. All right. That being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up, and as always, I appreciate you guys listening to me, taking the time to hear me out and all this. I hope that this has brought you some idea, a better picture of me, behind the curtain stuff, right? And yeah, if you guys want to leave any comments or anything, please comment below. Hit me up on Facebook, on Instagram at Shaggy Adventure. Feel free to push subscribe. I want to hear from you guys. I can't emphasize that enough. And yeah, guys, let's keep sharing each other's humanity here. We're one world here, and we got one crack at this, right? So at least us as individuals, we got one lifetime. So let's do the best that we can with it, right? Yeah. All right, y'all. Sorry, I'm losing myself now. So that being said, guys, hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are in a good place. And as always, I hope you guys are blessed.